What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the next episode of the Biome Sanctuary Series. Last we left off, we did a swamp environment, and this time we will be doing a desert environment. That's right, any creatures that tend to live in the desert, we will be seeing them in here. So hopefully we'll have these two hatcheries here like we did last time, and then we will just let creatures wander around, see where they fit in the food chain. And then what we'll do is we'll add some, like, vegetation and whatever. I mean, the desert doesn't really have too much vegetation. We got shrubs. I guess we could add some shrubbery here. Yeah, like, deserts are more open, in a way. They've got some vegetation. This looks more like a savanna, I know, but, like, it's the closest I have to, like, a desert environment. So yeah, we're going to have creatures that I can see fitting in the desert. And of course, we're going to have, like, patches of water here, like, because, like, deserts do have water. It's very scarce, but you know what? They do have water. Because this is a much drier environment, water's probably going to be harder to come by. So, like, yeah, this is kind of a scorched earth vibe in a way. So, like, additional bays, accelerated growth. So we're going to see what kind of dinosaurs we can fit in, like, a desert environment. So a lot of these I'm not seeing so far. I think Archaeornithomimus might be one. We need, like, herbivores anyway. So that's one that we could put in. Maybe, like, I don't know. What about a Troceraptor? Or should I save that for, like, a jungle or something? Do I see a Troceraptors? Nah, I don't think I see a Troceraptors living in a desert. Silophysis, I could definitely see that living in a desert. I don't think they'll hunt any of the herbivores. Unless we throw in, like, a tiny carnivore or something. Gallimimus, definitely. We can definitely add Gallimimus in there. Gigantoraptor, that's another one I could definitely see in a desert environment. Maybe Lystrosaurus. I could definitely see Lystrosaurus fitting in an environment like this. Now, I don't care if it's, like, accurate or whatever. It's just creatures that I think could fit in a desert environment. What about Mamenchisaurus? We could add Mamenchisaurus in here. Just to have, like, big herbivores in here. We'll probably add 2 of them, I would imagine. Yeah, 2 of them. We'll throw 2 of them in. Let's see what else. Maybe Microceratus? That could totally fit in a desert environment. I think. I'm not sure. Once again, this is just trial and error, so if you guys have any suggestions, let me know in the comments down below, and I might put them in, like, in a future video or something. Alright, that's Microceratus. What about Monolothosaurus? Is that something I could see going into an enclosure like this? It'll probably be more carnivores than herbivores, I would imagine. Simply because it's, you know, because it's a desert. And, like, deserts aren't really known for having, like, a lot of food. It has a limited supply of food. What do you want for food, Mamenchi? You want tall leaf. That's literally all you want. Okay, tall leaf. We can give you some tall leaf. So let's just, give them some vegetation maybe over here. So that maybe the Mamenchisaurs can stay around here. Maybe get some water. Just in case they wander over here, we could throw some, like, vegetation here maybe. And then just in case they do wander over here, we'll put some vegetation here. Yeah, we'll put some... Don't worry, we'll have vegetation for the dinosaurs, for the herbivores. Like some ground leaf maybe over here, some ground fiber over here. There we go, that should be good. And maybe some tall fiber, like over here. Yeah, that could work. Yeah, and like I said, water is very scarce around these parts, because, you know, it's like a desert environment. I mean, if too many dinosaurs get thirsty, I will add more water in. Alright, let's start hatching up the creatures. So a lot of these creatures are probably going to be relatively small. Except for, like, Gigantoraptor or, like, any other creatures I decide to add in that are relatively big. You know what I forgot to do? Hold on. Too late for the other ones now. I forgot to enable unlimited traits. I forgot to do that. Alright, dinosaurs don't starve. Let's turn that off for a minute so we don't have dinosaurs starving to death. Oh my god. That is so unfortunate. Alright, let's start with Gallimimus. Let's throw them in first. A lot of these dinosaurs can't really fight back anyway. So, it's, you know, pretty, you know, like, whatever. Let's add Archaeornithomimus next. So already we're going to have a bunch of dinosaurs here. So that's Gallimimus and Archaeornithomimus done. Let's add in Homalocephalae. There we go. So that's all basically the small herbivores. Let's move on to Coelophysis. Alright, we've got the small ones. Let's move on to our last one, the Gigantoraptor. In this batch, relatively large creatures. I can definitely see Gigantoraptor living in a desert environment. Alright, that's that done. Let's move on to the other creatures. Let's move on to Lystrosaurus. Fitting in a desert environment. Alright, that's Lystrosaurus done. Let's move on to Microceratus. A lot of these creatures are probably going to be relatively small. It makes sense, because a lot of the creatures in the desert are relatively small. There are some big ones, but, like, apart from that, there's not really much going on. Alright, let's move on to Mono. They'll probably be snacking on the Lystros and the Micros. We've got some carnivores here. Alright, that's them done. Let's move on to the two sauropods, the Mamenchisaurs. They'll probably be the biggest things here in this desert environment. Alright, so that's the first one. Let's release the second one in the meantime. And in the meantime, let's move on to some more creatures. We got Mono. Minmi? I don't know. I can't see that being in there. Metaburosaurus? No. Nodosaurus? Maybe? Maybe Nodosaurus? Let's try adding that in. We have an Ankylosaur in here. I don't think we had any Ankylosaurs in the last one, simply because it was like a swampy environment. I don't see any Ankylos living in the swamp, so let's go. There we go. Nodosaurus. Alright, what else? Oviraptor. I can definitely see Oviraptor living in an environment like this. We'll throw them in. Alright, we'll throw Oviraptor in there. What about Pachycephalosaurus? Maybe? Can I see Pachycephalosaurus living in a desert environment? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. And if you guys are wondering, I probably will do like a park that's all North America creatures at some point, or a park that's all South America, Africa, Asia, you know, all those dinosaurs. I'll do that at some point. Not right now, but at some point I will. Now, we're just doing dinosaurs that would fit in a desert biome, in my opinion. You don't have to agree if you don't want to. And I don't really know much about biomes and whatever, so... I mean, I know deserts are hot and, like, and Arctic climates are cold, but, you know, at the same time... Alright, what about Changosaurus? We could add that in so we have, like, a large-ish predator living here. That could work. Alright, Changosaurus, that's that one done. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Let's see, maybe... I don't know about Stegosaurus. Sinoceratops, I could definitely see that being in an environment like that, so we'll throw Sinoceratops in. For some reason, I just think Sinoceratops is a desert creature, for whatever reason. That's just me, though. That's just my opinion. Alright, what about Sinosauropteryx? I could probably throw that in. Get some more smaller creature action. Tarbosaurus, that's another one. We definitely need to throw Tarbosaurus in. There we go, and then Therizinosaurus. I think I'll wait for that Mamenchisaurus to be released before we add in another one. I'm just going to wait for the Mamenchisaurus to release so we can add in, because I have another one planned. Therizinosaurus could be another one. Alright, there we go. Therizinosaurus. Let's go. Alright, so in the meantime, let's hatch up some creatures, shall we? Nodosaurus, Oviraptor, Pachycephalosaurus, Polacanthus, and Changosaurus. And as for this one, we'll add Sinoceratops, Sinosauropteryx, the first Therizinosaurus, Tarbosaurus, and finally, the other Therizino. Alright, let's release maybe Pachycephalosaurus first. For some reason, I could totally see Pachycephalosaurus living in a desert environment. For some reason. Alright, that's Pachycephalosaurus done. A lot of the dinosaurs are probably scattered around by this point. Let's release Oviraptor next. The Oviraptors are so tiny compared to the Gallimimus. I just saw Gallimimus' feet walking by. These guys are small. Really small. Alright, let's move on to some of the bigger herbivores like Nodosaurus. I made sure to enable the unlimited traits, so to make sure they have unlimited traits. I think with limited traits, they have a limit of 3 traits, I think. Alright, let's move on to Polacanthus. That's Polacanthus being taken care of. They'll probably have a problem with the Nodosaurs. Let's move on to the Changosaurs. Of course they're blocked. Get out the way. We got Changosaurus living here now. We got some carnivore action. These guys will probably fight the other herbivores and feed off of the smaller ones, I would imagine. Alright, that's that done. Let's move on to this batch, starting with the Sinosauropteryx. These guys are so cute. They are so cute. These guys here. Alright, so that's Sinosauropteryx done. We get this guy out of the way so we can release the next one, which would be Sinoceratops. Something a little bit bigger. A lot bigger, actually. We have our first Ceratopsian in any of these sanctuaries. Alright, we got that done. Let's move on to the next one, which would be the Therizinos. Something that can stand up to the bigger carnivores that are coming up next. So that's the first one. Let's release Therizino number 2. That one looks beautiful looking. Damn, that's a cool looking Therizino. Alright, so we've got Therizinosaurus, and then last but not least, the Tarbosaurs. I do like the Tarbosaurus. It does look really cool. Even though it just looks like a modified T-Rex, it's really cool. Alright, so that's those two done. We got the two apex predators of this sanctuary. The Tarbosaurs. Alright, let's see what else we can use here. Torosaurus? Nah. Trike? Trudon? Nope. Centausaurus? I could see that living in a desert environment. Yeah, let's put that in the desert. We got a new Hadrosaur being placed in. And then, well, we gotta put Velociraptor in here. Give them something to run away from. Give the small carnivores, give the small herbivores like Oviraptor or whatever, something to run away from. Well, the Oviraptors are not herbivores, but you know what I mean. There we go. And then I think we should add in one more herbivore. What about the Wuerosaurs? Let's add them in. There we go. We'll throw those in. Alright, let's release them. We'll release these guys, and then we'll get the Velociraptors. Let's see if we got any movie skins. We got a Lost World Velociraptor, an original, that, and then that. Alright, we only have a Lost World Velociraptor. Alright, we'll release the last three, and then we will move on to what goes on. Alright, so we got a group of dinosaurs over here, and then we got a group of dinosaurs over here. Alright, let's go ahead and start with, I don't know, the Centausaurs. Let's start with that. I could totally see Centausaurus living in an environment like this. For whatever reason. Alright, that's them done. Let's release the Wuerosaurs next. Alright, that's Wuerosaurus done. And finally, Velociraptor. Alright. And that should be all the dinosaurs that may fit in a desert environment. So we've got water over here. We should probably add some water maybe over here, just so they don't go thirsty. Yeah, just a little watering hole over here, just in case. Alright, make sure they have enough water, maybe enough food. Or if they wander over here, we should probably give them some water over here. There we go. We'll see what happens here. Alright, let me turn everything on. There we go. That should be everything done. So now creatures can go hungry. They can go thirsty. They'll probably try to kill each other now. We got two Changosaurs duking it out. Not surprising. They're probably fighting for leadership, I would imagine. Or we'll have to see what happens. I don't think much is going to happen here. Alright, Centausaurs. We got two Centausaurs wandering over here. Let's see what they got. Oh, piss off, Dua. I think a Tarbosaur just killed a Mono. Yeah, that's our first death. We got Nodosaurus versus Polacanthus. They're probably going to be fighting for territory. Ow, you got the first hit, actually. 69 against 100. Nodosaurus lands the second, 84%. What are your traits? Resilient, social, and strong. So that'll explain it. Ouch, that has to hurt. Small appetite, long-lived, tolerant, and defensive. I love how they just hit each other with their shoulders. Alright, they're calling off their fight. That guy won. We got a Wuerosaurus versus a Changosaurus fight. Oof. They need some ground fruit. We should probably give them some ground fruit. There we go. We got a Coelophysis that just hunted down a Homalocephale. Gigantoraptor fighting a Changosaurus. 78 against 77. Another Gigantoraptor fighting a Changosaurus. We got a Monolophosaurus going after a Sinosauropteryx. We got a Nodosaur that died to a fight with a Gigantoraptor. That's interesting. We got a Coelophysis that just died to a Velociraptor. We got Velociraptors going after a Centausaurus. That just died. Yeah, the Coelophysis are not doing too well. Another one's about to die. And just bit the dust. Yeah, I think the Coelophysis might go extinct if they're not careful. What do you guys need for food? You just need forest. You've got food. Alright, cool. What about the Polacanthus? Ground leaf. Okay. There we go. We got a Tarbo v Sino. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that Tarbo's or Sino's dead. We got a Mono hunting down another Sinosauropteryx. The little carnivores are not going to last long at all. Only the strong survive. We got a Tarbosaurus who just killed a Mono. At least they're taking advantage of what they have, the dinosaurs. Really cool. Alright. We got that going. What about the Therizinos? How are they doing? They've got what they need. They got their food. Alright, we got Velociraptor v Velociraptor probably fighting for dominance, I would imagine. The Raptors haven't really done much. We got a Changosaurus going after a Pachycephalosaurus. I think it's this one here. Yep. We got carnivores going after the herbivores. Herbivores going after the vegetation. We got another Changosaur going after a Pachycephalosaur. It's supposed to be this one here. Alright. There we go. Land of the Tyrannosaurs. We got a Mono that wandered all the way over here. You don't have any food, so let me give you some food real quick. We got a Changosaurus going after an Archaeopteryx. Trying to, anyway. I think you were the one that got into the fight with the Wuerosaurus. They're taking advantage of what they have. We got a Velociraptor that died to a Gigantoraptor. That's interesting. We got another Coelophysis about to bite the dust to a Velociraptor. How many Coelophysis do we have left? Coelophysis, let's take a look. Coelophysis, we have 6. Okay, we still got 6. About 6 left. We got a Nodosaurus that died to a Gigantoraptor. Pachy's are dying left and right. We got Monos dying left and right to the Tarbosaurs. Yeah, the Tarbos pretty much own this land. I think the Mamenchisaurs should be content with what they have. The only thing they don't really have is forest, but there's not really much I can do about that. Nodosaurus v Polacanthus fight. Both at 100%. Let's see who gets the first hit in. Looks like it's the Polacanthus. Meanwhile, we've got a fight between a Wuerosaurus and a Changosaurus. I think the Chango's gonna get the first hit in. Oh, the Woo-Woo gets the first hit in. You got the first hit in 100% against 77. What are your traits, sir? Resilient and defensive, and your traits are aggressive. Just aggressive. Alright, they do a little dance. We got a Velociraptor trying to hunt down a Homalocephalae. There we go. Meanwhile, we've got a Tarbosaurus trying to hunt down Mamenchisaurus. We got Cyno against Therizino. Ouch. 30% against 100. Yeah, the Therizino must have got 2 hits in. The Cyno fights back a little. They might call it off here. Either that or the Therizino is going to kill him. And that Cyno is dead. Wow, the Therizinos and the Tarbos pretty much dominate this area. Yeah, it's a very harsh wasteland. Alright, we got a Velociraptor about to kill another Coelophysis. Not surprising. Yeah, the Coelophysis aren't really doing too well. Yeah, that one's dead. Yeah, they're dying left and right. The Pachyes and the Homalocephalae are dying left and right. We got some Galleys that made their way over here. That's nice. We got some Listros. Just looking for water. Do they have any food? Yes, they do. Okay. We got a Wuerosaurus against a Changosaurus. First hit in. 64%. We got another Tarbo going after a Mono. The Monos never last long either. They never last in these sanctuaries. We got Therizino going up against a Mono. Yeah, they dominate this area. The Therizinos and the Tarbos. They both dominate this area. And the Mamenchisaurs, they kind of just mind their own business, though, for the most part. Unless they're being attacked by the Tarbos. Like here. We got this Tarbo trying to attack the Mamenchisaur here. Alright. I think this sanctuary's going well. I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. But until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.